Hey everybody, welcome to another Spikey Saturday with the Mana Leek. I am John. We are going to jump into not an M15 draft this week. I'm kind of done with M15. I'm pretty looking forward to the cons block and Cons of Turk here, the set to come out. I played the pre-release this weekend. It was exceptionally fun. And I'm really looking forward to drafting it. So instead of doing an M15 draft for Spikey Saturday this week, we're going to do another Tempest draft. We did well enough in our last Tempest draft that we have the packs to do another. I've actually done 3 Tempest drafts so far since they've been out for the past week, and I've had pretty good records. I've gone 2-1, 2-1, and 3-0. So I'm pretty happy with my record in Tempest. I'm hoping to repeat that again today. This will also unfortunately be the last Tempest block draft because the flashback Tempest drafts are going away after the downtime tomorrow. I'm recording this on Tuesday. And they won't be back until who knows when. It could be a year or more until Tempest comes back. I've quite enjoyed it. It's a funnish format. It's definitely an old style of Magic. But since I got my start in the old style of Magic, and since Tempest Block was the last block that I really played with before I came back in Innistrad, I've been really enjoying it. So I'm going to wait for this draft to fill up, and then we're going to jump into it. Alright, hey everybody, welcome to the draft. Unfortunately, we don't have a Wasteland. This is my 4th draft, and no Wasteland yet, so no $100. What on earth is this? Ella Demery's Vineyard. At the beginning of each player's pre-combat phase, add green green. No thanks. Cinder Marsh, Flickering Ward. What do we have in blue and red? Always back to the blue and red. We've got Lowland Giant. Is about the best card here for what I usually try to do. Time Ebb's okay. What is Staunch Defender? It's a 3-4 for 5. You get some life. No thank you. This is a bad pack. I think Lowland Giant's the pick here. Sky Shroud Elf is okay. It's a bit of a ramper. I've played against a couple of green ramp decks, and they can be a bit challenging. But I'm just not a fan of them. You're ramping into just completely vanilla things. I think we'll just go for the Giant here. That's a bad pack. Rootwater Hunter. I like those. We did pretty well with those last time that I recorded. What else do we have? Not much that's tempting me. Harrow is sack a land, get 2. So it's pretty bad ramp. Imp's Taunt. Target creature attacks this turn if able. No thanks. Mannequin is okay, but Rootwater Hunter is just the best card here by far. And it looks like we're pushing back into good old blue-red. As well, let me know if I sound any different or sound any better. I'm testing out a new microphone today. It's quite fancy. It's the Rock Band microphone just plugged into my computer. I figured a non-headset microphone might be a bit easier. Let's see. Barbed Sliver. Pay 2 to give it +1. That's bad fire breathing. Lightning Blast. 4 mana, 4 damage. Seems good. What do we have otherwise? We've got Rootbaker Worm, which is one of the big guys that you ramp into with the big green ramp deck. And this is what I mean by them being pretty plain. It's a 6/6 with Trample for 7. And that's what you're ramping into with the green ramp deck. Not very exciting, not compared to these days where you're ramping into something that comes onto the battlefield and does something, and it does something while it's on the battlefield. But yeah, pretty unexciting. We're going to take the Lightning Blasts here, probably get the Horned Turtle or the Gaseous Form on the way back around. We have a good old Sea Monster. I do like Sea Monster and Fling. We've got a Pain Land here. The blue-red Pain Land. Not that great. Mnemonic Sliver is okay. We can try to cut blue a little bit. I always take the Sea Monster. I don't want to take it this time. It never really gets there. It's an okay blocker. I'll take it if it comes back around, and I think it might come back around. I think Puppet Strings is actually pretty good. Pay 2 to tap a creature. That's actually quite strong. I'll take Puppet Strings. Not cutting blue quite as hard as I want with that Rootwater Hunter there. Canyon Drake. Pay 1, discard a random card to give it double fire breathing. No, I won't be doing that. Ghost Town. I will definitely not be doing that. Canyon Wildcat might be the pick here. It's a 2-1 with Mountain Walk. It's completely okay. Canopy Spider's decent, a 1-3 with Reach. But I want to go red, so we'll take Canyon Wildcat. Only blue card is Dream Cache, which is not very good, so let's take the cat. Well, I could take the gaseous form to try to push blue. Boil is bad. Stun is bad. Chaotic Goo. It's a 3-3. At the beginning of my turn, I have a 50% chance to have it go up 1 or down 1. It's not that good. Statistically, this will be a 3-3. You know, sometimes it'll go up to a 4-4, sometimes it'll go down to a 2-2. If you have a bad run of luck, it'll die, or it will, if you have a good run of luck, it will get bigger. But it's going to average out as a 3-3 for 4. Not that great. Gaseous form, I think, we'll take just to try to push blue a little bit. Maybe the packs are light on blue. Or maybe the person to the left of us is blue. It's entirely possible looking at this pack. In which case I might want to look at something else like green. We do have a Mog Fanatic, but he's not that great. I mean, he can be removable against an X1. Sky Shroud Elf would go in a red-green deck. It would ramp us up a little bit. Or I could just take the Fanatic and just continue to cut red. I don't know if Sky Shroud Elf is powerful enough to justify taking it. Rootbreaker Worm. It's not really going to be a thing we want to play unless we have a whole lot of ramp. So let's just take the red card. Lightning Elemental, 4-1 with haste for 4. Stalking Stones, pay 6 to make it a 3-3. No. Thalicos Sentry, a 1-2 with Shadow. Not terribly exciting. I don't really want a 4-mana 4-1. I guess I'll take the Sentry. Don't know if I'll play it. Manta Riders, not very good. It's a 1-1. Heart Sliver, also a 1-1. Bayou Dragonfly, also a 1-1. I guess the Riders. I don't think I'll play it. In fact, I'm going to sideboard it right now. I guess I'll take that Lightning Elemental. What's Scalding Tongs do? Beginning of your upkeep, if you have 3 or fewer cards in hand, Scalding Tong deals 1 damage to target opponent. It doesn't sound very good. Let's take the Lightning Elemental. It's unfortunate I didn't hit that Wasteland. I was hoping for one. One of those would have paid for many, many, many drafts. Horned Turtle I'm completely okay with. It fits into my play style of blue-red, go very, very long game. It doesn't stand up well to that green deck, though. The 5-5 or 6-6 Trampling Worm really kind of knocks it down. I don't want the Riders. I'm not going to be black. I guess let's take a Blood Pet. I'm not going to play Giant Strength, but I'll take it. What's this? Circle of Protection Shadow. I never knew that existed. I'll take Stun. I won't play it. Wow. Last pick Rootbreaker Worm shouldn't be there. That strongly suggests that nobody is green. Or people don't know how to draft this set, possibly. Flowstone Mauler. 4-5 for 6 with the Flowstone style of fire breathing, which is +1/-1. Fanning the Flames, red X. Fanning the Flame deals X damage to target creature player. That's pretty good. That's
Not quite Rolling Thunder, but it's still pretty good. Gliding Lizard, pay a blue to bestow it, and it gets flying. That's decent. Sift, of course, I really want. I bet I can get it back around, or I can get another one. This Fanning the Flames is removal, and I'm not going to pass that up. I don't think I want this Thalicos Sentry. Maybe a 23rd card, so I won't sideboard it just yet. Shock is good. Mana Leak's good. Cloud Spirit's good. Lots of good cards here. Wow. Invasion plans. Attacking player chooses how each creature blocks. No thanks. Bullwhip. Deal 1 damage to target creature. That creature attacks this turn if able. It's not terrible. I think we're looking at Shock, Mana Leak, or Cloud Spirit. Cloud Spirit's going to be blue, and it's one of my win conditions, is getting those flyers up. So I think it's kind of edging out here. For removal, I do have Lightning Blast. I do have Fanning the Flames. I'd like to see this Shock come back around. I really don't think it will. I could see another one. I'd like to see that Mana Leak come back around as well. But I think I'm going to take the Cloud Spirit here. I need creatures. And I get a Cloud Spirit on the way back. And I get a Shock. And I get a Mana Leak. I get everything I wanted. There's a Flowstone Hellion here. 3/3 for 5. No. I almost might take the Cloud Spirit again. I'm at 8 creatures at the moment. And a 3/1 flyer is quite good. It's definitely what I want to be doing. But Shock. All right, no, I'll take the Shock here. I took the Cloud Spirit last time. I'll take the Shock here. Maybe I'll get a Cloud Spirit this pack. Although I do think the drafter to my left is probably in blue, so he'll likely take that Cloud Spirit. Mog Maniac. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to its opponent, to my opponent. 1/1 for 2. No thanks. So we've got a Mana Leak, we've got a Spindrift Drake, and we've got a Flowstone Shambler. I think I might be okay with the Mana Leak here. I've already passed 2. I'd like to get 1. Yeah, let's take the Mana Leak. And then I'm going to need to start focusing on creatures pretty soon, because I want to cut the Sentry, meaning I have 7 creatures. So a lot of my picks now need to be creatures. Let's see. We've got the Spindrift Drake. We're not taking the Maniac, or we've got a Shambler. I think Shambler might be a little bit better here. Spindrift Drake does come down on turn 1, and it is a 2/1 flyer that can come down on turn 1. You have to pay that mana each turn, but that's not that bad of an investment. Flowstone Shambler is a 2/2 for 3 that can become a 3/1. You know, I've got enough removal that I think I might be okay with the Spindrift Drake. Paying that 1 blue will slow me down a little bit, but I can just kill things to keep that tempo on my side. So I'll take the Drake. Hammerhead Shark. It's an okay pick. It's a 2/3 that can't attack unless my opponent has an island, but it can block, and it blocks really, really well. So essentially in some games it'll be a wall. In other games it'll be a pretty decent attacker. Convulsing Lizard, enchanted creature can't block. It's not amazing exactly. Another Flowstone Shambler. I feel like I can get one of these back on the wheel for sure. So I think I might take the Hammerhead Shark here. It's a 2-drop as well for a 2/3, which is quite nice. Another Hammerhead Shark. The joys of drafting a small set. Really late spined worm, I would say. It doesn't sound that amazing these days, of course. It's a 5/4, and that's it. But it's actually pretty good in this format. Ransack, eh. I guess I'm going to take another Hammerhead Shark here. I don't think I'll play 2 of them. If my opponent has islands, I will definitely sideboard 1 in. Ooh, lots of blue here. We've got Walking Dream. It's a 3/3 that can't be blocked, and it doesn't on tap if your opponent controls 2 or more creatures. So if I'm ahead, it's pretty decent. If I'm not, I keep it back as a blocker, I guess? Yeah, I think that's what I do. And I'm going to actually be killing a lot of their creatures, so that's a consideration. It's a 4-drop, but Dream Prowler is a 4-drop. It also can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone, but it's a 1/5. Not quite as good. So yeah, I think I'll take the Walking Dream. I've never played with it. We'll see how it goes. Wow, I did get that Sift back. I completely forgot about that. I'm taking that for sure. Might cut this Lightning Elemental. I don't want that many 4-drops. Let's see, we've got a Rebound, not terribly amazing, maybe sideboard. We've got Tidal Surge, not very good because it's a sorcery. It's really good if you're like solid aggro and you need to get through. Not being an instant really takes away from its versatility though. Yeah, let's take the Rebound just in case there's some spell that targets us. Nothing really here. I guess let's take Crossbow Ambush so my flyers can still get through and maybe take it again. Yeah, let's take it again. And let's take it again. So none of those Mana Leaks came back. None of those Shocks came back. Green is very open. There should not be gigantic green creatures going that late. I would say somebody must have a fantastic green deck, but I think possibly just nobody has a green deck. Do we have a green deck? No, we do not. We have the startings with a Rootbreaker Worm and an Endangered Armadon. So we're at 17 playables-ish. Let's try and get some more. We've got limited resources. School of Piranha. It's kind of like the step up from Spindrift Drake. You have to pay its mana cost every turn to keep it around, but it's a 3/3 for 2, which is pretty good. Otherwise, there's not that much here for us, really. I'm going to do a brief check on the price of limited resources, but I don't think it's worth any. It is worth 2 cents, so we won't be taking that. I think School of Piranha is really the only pick here, and I don't think we have a pick on the way back around, unfortunately. Thalicos Scout, discard a card and return to your hand. So we'll just take the School of Piranha, I guess. Keeper of the Flame. Pay a red, choose target opponent who had more life than you did. Deals 2 damage to him or her. So it doesn't hit creatures. That's not good. That's not what we want to see. We want to be hitting creatures with our direct damage, not our opponent. Majel Vec might be the pick here. It's kind of like a crappy version of Rootwater Hunter because you have to discard a card at random. And discarding the card is part of the cost. So if you have an empty hand, you can't activate it. You do have to discard a card. Our other option is Maniacal Rage. Might be good on the Cloud Spirit. It can't block anything other than flyers anyways. So that's tempting, but we do need creatures, so I think I will take the Mage. It's a 2/2 for 3. It's not terrible. So yeah, we'll take that. Again, not much going on here. I don't want to play a second School of Piranha, so I guess maybe I'll take the Thalicos Scout. Yeah. Sonic Burst, I like seeing that. That is solid removal. And really the only pick we have, so we'll take that. So 2 more playables we need, and preferably they're creatures, so we can get to 15 creatures. I'm going to think about cutting that Lightning Elemental, so I wouldn't mind 3 more creatures. I guess we'll play the Thalicus Scout if need be. We're not going to take the Monstrous Hound. That didn't work out terribly well last time we tried. But we have some other picks here. We have a Reckless Ogre. It's a 3/2 for 4. That if it attacks by itself is a 6/2 when attacking. We also have a 3/2 Flying First Strike. I think I like the Flyer a little bit more. It also blocks a heck of a lot better than the Ogre does. 3/2 First Strike, quite good. So our deck's looking fairly okay. It's looking like my usual blue-red deck. It's not quite as control-y as it usually is. I don't have quite as many things hiding behind, or for me to hide behind. Let's see, we've got a Mog Assassin. Tap, you choose target creature an opponent controls, and that opponent chooses target creature. Flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy the creature you chose. If you lose the flip, destroy the creature your opponent chose. So I pick a creature they control. They pick a creature that probably I'm going to control. And then if I win the flip, I destroy theirs. If I lose the flip, they destroy mine. You know what? We need creatures. Sounds fun. Scrivener, I could return Mana Leak, Shock. Is Fanning the Flames sorcery or instant? Oh, it's sorcery. That's less good. Alright. I don't really want another Mage-Il Vec. I guess we'll take the Maniacal Rage. I don't think I'll play it. I want 15 creatures. I don't want 14. Deck's okay-ish. What's Mog Assassin? Is it a 2/2? 2/1. Yeah. Probably play it. I need the creatures. It's a 3-mana 2/1. That's not terrible. Not well. I might play Reckless Ogre. I'll play it over Lightning Elemental, sure. So yeah, my late game is basically killing their creatures with my burn, hiding behind Hammerhead Shark, Horned Turtle, and then trying to get out the Wyvern, the Cloud Spirit. Or maybe just going crazy and flipping coins with Mog Assassin. I guess I'll take Shattering Pulse. They could use it against my Puppet Strings. It's going to be sideboard, though. Or wait, yeah. Hate it. I was thinking that it was going to stop it, but I'm stopping it by taking the card, of course. Maniacal Rage, School of Piranha. Let's take the Avenging Druid. It helps the green deck ramp, but I'm really questioning if there even is a green deck in this pod here. Nothing here. I'll take Onslaught, I guess. Our deck's looking pretty put together. The Walking Dream I'm concerned about. We'll have to see how it performs. Otherwise, it looks okay. We're not going to be playing any of these last few picks, I don't think. There's nothing I really want in my sideboard currently in the main deck. I can sideboard in Maniacal Rage if my opponent doesn't seem to have too many creatures. I can sideboard in Shattering Pulse if they have an artifact that's really annoying. Otherwise, I think our deck is just going to be our deck. And I think I like it as is. Mog Fanatic's slightly iffy, but there's a lot of X ones, so he can destroy them. Mage-Il Vec I'm not a fan of. I'm so much more a fan of Rootwater Hunter. And I think there's another creature, Fire Slinger, of course, that deals 1 damage to you and 1 damage to creature or player. I like taking a damage more than I do discarding a random card. Yeah, I think we'll just add some lands and go. So let's see. 9-8 for red-blue. Sounds about right to me. I've got 2 double reds. I've got no double blues. Yeah, let's add that to the deck and submit. So I will see you guys back here for round 1.